Welcome to this edition of Taking Care of Business. I'm Mary Beth Sewald, President and CEO of the Vegas Chamber. This episode, we're kicking off an exciting new year by introducing the 2026 Vegas Chamber Chairman of the Board, Mr. Tyler Corder. Today, Tyler's going to reveal what's ahead for the business community and why that's important to you. We'll also take you inside our State of the Chamber and Board of Trustees installation luncheon, where businesses and community leaders from all over the state celebrated the beginning and setting a new stage and charting a new course for the business community across Southern Nevada and our state. All that's coming up next on this edition of Taking Care of Business. At the Vegas Chamber, our chairman plays a vital role in guiding our mission and advancing the business community and shaping the vision for the year ahead. At our recent State of the Chamber and Board of Trustees installation luncheon, we officially welcomed the 2026 Vegas Chamber Chairman of the Board, Tyler Corder. He's the Chief Operating and Chief Financial Officer at Findlay Automotive Group. Tyler, you've been a longtime advocate for our community, and we just appreciate you so much. We're really looking forward to having you as our chairman of the board. Tell us just a little bit about, what is your excitement around being the chairman of the board of the Vegas Chamber?
Well, it's an honor, number one. We got such a dynamic business community here, and to represent the chamber with that business group is awesome. We also have a who's who of Vegas business on the board, a really top executive. So it's a big responsibility to take on a leadership role with that group. So I'm excited about it, and I'm looking forward to a great year, and hopefully can make an impact.
Well, I'm quite certain you will. There's no doubt about that. I mean, given your history of philanthropy and things that you do at Findlay, it's just incredible. So we're really excited to have you.
Thank you.
2025 was a very pivotal role for the Vegas Chamber. We moved into our brand new headquarters at Civic Plaza, and that truly is going to set the stage, I think, for a new era for the Chamber. I like to call it kind of the gateway year for the Chamber. And I think it's going to present a lot of opportunities for us, maybe things we don't even know about yet, because we're co-located with our friends at Workforce Connections. We also have the Secretary of State coming into our building here at Civic Center as well. So tell us a little bit about how you see this new location playing a factor and a major role in how the Chamber is able to support our members and the business community at large.
Yeah. So, well, obviously, it's more visibility is good for the chamber, and I think the access to elected officials is important. The number one thing that we do at the chamber is that we work with elected officials and try to impact and influence the business environment, the business climate in the state of Nevada. And so this gives us a better situation to do that, and that'll help us fulfill that mission.
Yeah, I think so too. And it truly is going to position the chamber. And that is a trend of chambers across the country, but they haven't done it quite the way we have, where we're co-locating with our partners. So we're really looking forward to doing more with Workforce Connections.
Yeah, that's a great collaboration. I think that can be really helpful for the services that we can provide to our members.
Yeah, I think so too. It truly is going to be a one-stop shop.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
So, Las Vegas continues to grow and change, and we know that there have been some challenges in our community here in Las Vegas. Tourism has been challenging, tariffs and so forth. They truly do trickle down and impact our smallest businesses. So what would you say are some of the key ways that the Vegas Chamber can support not only, all businesses in general, but especially small businesses?
Well, the number one thing that we do is we have to have an impact on public policy, and it's hard for a small business to have their voice heard, and that's where the chamber steps in. And we've got a great government affairs department led by Paul Muradkin, and we're involved, and we know what legislation is out there that's pending that could be damaging to the business community, and that's where the Vegas Chamber really adds value, is by being able to get in and talk to the elected officials and let them know how it can affect business, and we're the voice of small business with Nevada's legislators, not only at the local level and the state level, but also the national level.
And, you bring up a really good point, Tyler, because I know you have a lot of knowledge about the political landscape in Nevada as well. Is there some advice you might give to some of our smaller businesses about ways they can engage in the chamber to assist them on the policy front?
Well, there's a number of ways. We obviously just getting out and getting the information, and we have sessions that they can come see at Eggs and Issues, which is where they can hear from various politicians and people that are in elected office. Come to our chamber luncheons, the chairman luncheons, and make your voice heard. You can also just reach out to your chamber representative and let them know what things are on your mind, because we're always wanting to hear what's affecting business. We think we know, but sometimes maybe we don't know. So small businesses can let us know, and we can advocate on their behalf once we know what their issues are.
That's true. You bring up a really good point. The Vegas Chamber's government affairs apparatus is one of the most highly regarded in the country.
Yes, absolutely. It's interesting in Nevada, before legislation even gets introduced, most of the legislators, where does the chamber stand on this? They want to know whether we're going to support it or not, because we're such an important voice. And if we're anti their legislation, they know there's a good chance it might not get passed. So that's a good position to be in, where we can help influence public policy.
Well, I couldn't agree with you more. And let's talk about that a little bit more. Would you stick around with us for a few more minutes?
Absolutely.
Okay, sounds great. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll continue our great conversation with Vegas Chamber Chairman Tyler Corder of Findlay Automotive Group. Las Vegas needs businesses that are growing the economy, creating jobs, and investing in the future. The Vegas Chamber helps new, small, and large businesses reach their financial and civic goals. The Vegas Chamber connects companies with each other to expand their business relationship. The Vegas Chamber stands up for employers, provides access to lawmakers, and cultivates growth and prosperity. And we supply needed products like health insurance and a 401k program. Simply put, no one gets you plugged in like the Vegas Chamber. We are your partner and advocate in this ever-changing business environment. Join today to get plugged in. Visit vegaschamber.com to learn more.
Become a water smart business and get recognized for your water conservation efforts. Upgrading to water efficient landscaping, dry cooling systems, and other water saving technologies makes a big difference. And by promoting water conservation, you're helping the community and your bottom line. Join SNWA's free Water Smart Business program today. Become a partner in conservation and reap the many benefits. Visit snwa.com to learn more.
Welcome back to this edition of Taking Care of Business. I'm President and CEO of the Vegas Chamber, Mary Beth Sewald. I'm really honored today to be welcoming our chairman of the board, Mr. Tyler Corder of Findlay Automotive Group. He was just recently sworn in as our chairman. And Tyler, we're just really excited to have you and excited to have you here having this conversation with us.
Well, thank you. It's great to be here.
Absolutely. We were just talking about how the Vegas Chamber has an extremely influential and effective government affairs apparatus, from the team that we have, the staff at the Vegas Chamber, but also the government affairs committee that we have. We do a Washington, D.C. fly-in, and the things that the Chamber does, they're just really instrumental in shaping the policy landscape around Nevada. One of the things I wanted to ask you is, how is the Chamber preparing to support pro-business candidates and a pro-business environment, economic development, and so forth here in Southern Nevada and across the whole state?
Well, the number one thing is we need to know where the politicians stand on the issue. So we'll interview I think almost all the local and state candidates that are running for office in this term, and we'll find out, are they pro-business? Where do they stand on the various issues that affect the business community? And because that's going to determine whether we endorse them or not. And a Vegas Chamber endorsement is a big thing for a politician in Nevada if they want to get elected. So we're gonna do those interviews. We'll find out those that we think are pro-business and are going to help our business community. We will endorse them. We also, and then we have our Biz PAC, where we'll support them financially to help get more pro-business legislators elected and officials elected. And also we're doing the at school, where we're going to, this is kind of exciting. If you're running for office, we're going to put on a school where they can come and learn things that they need to know about running for office, how to get out and get the vote, how do they communicate with the people in their in their district, and we're going to help them learn how to manage that. And along the way, we're going to educate them on things that are good and pro-business solutions. So we think that's going to be really positive and help us elect more people that are pro-business.
Yeah, I agree. And that Candidate Academy is really exciting that we're doing that. This will be our second year doing that.
Right.
And we had some candidates who actually got elected after they graduated from our first inaugural Candidate Academy. So it really is setting us up for success.
Yeah, that's so important because, in Nevada, we're a pro-business state. We're known for that for a number of years, but there's a lot of things that are impeding on that. There's a lot of legislation that can be really bad. So us having some impact and some effect on who's in the legislature and who's pro-business, if we get more pro-business people there, we can protect the business community, allow them to grow and succeed and hire more people.
Mm-hmm. And, it really is important. Two things I would say about that is that we actually do keep a scorecard of how legislators vote in Carson City. So we're really able to keep track of who really was business friendly, and then we can hold them accountable, legislators. And they're all well-meaning and they're well-intentioned, but sometimes it requires some education for our legislators.
Absolutely. And our government team is so awesome at the chamber, and I don't know if people realize this, but not much happens at the legislature that Paul Muradkin, our chamber government affairs director, isn't involved in, and they go to him for advice. And so that's really a good position to be in, where we have a lot of influence on things that happen in the state.
Yeah, it's really interesting. And, you mentioned the endorsement list. A lot of individuals throughout the state will look at that list to say, okay, who did the chamber endorse, so they know who to vote for.
Right, absolutely. And I'll have people, even at my workplace or people that I know socially, ask about that. And I'll just say, well, they're going to publish it in the Review Journal, the chamber endorsements. Look at that. That'll give you a good idea of who you should be voting for.
Right. And the reason is because people know that the chamber does an exhaustive vetting process.
Correct. That's the important thing. We've personally met with these people and asked them their opinion and their views, and know how they're going to react on business related issues.
Right. So true. That's such a valuable tool. And not very many chambers across the country go to the lengths that the Vegas Chamber does.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why the Vegas Chamber is probably the best chamber, the most involved and the best advocate of any chamber in the whole country.
Well, switching gears for a second, one of the other Vegas Chamber's greatest strengths is its vast network of members and connections and so forth, big and small. I mean, if you want to get connected with someone, the place to do that is the Vegas Chamber. So what would you say is some of the best advice that you would give to a person, small business owner, maybe it's a micro business, young entrepreneurs, all the way up to larger businesses, advice about why are you a chamber member? What do you think is the best thing and the key takeaway about that?
Well, the number one is being informed, and there's a lot of communication that comes out when you're a chamber member, and then you'll find out about what's going on in the state and locally. So that's important. It's important from a standpoint of the services that the chamber offers. We have a small business. I forget the name of the small business workforce resource center.
Yeah.
There we go. I couldn't remember that, but that it provides a lot of resources for small businesses. We also provide some things that people don't realize. When you're a small business, it's hard to compete for employees because it's hard to provide the benefits. And yet we have the association health plan, and we have the 401k plan that if you're a member of the chamber, you can get involved in and be able to compete with the big boys by having those benefits that you can provide to your employees. So there's a lot of benefits, a lot of advantages. You need to be involved with the chamber.
Tyler, you've been a longtime leader and, like I said earlier, philanthropist in our community, and you're just so well regarded through your work at Findlay Automotive, but just in general as well. What does this role as chairman of the chamber mean to you, and what do you think, when it's all said and done, do you want to be your legacy?
Well, in anything I've done, whether it's at work or any of the charity boards I've worked on or anything, my thought always going in is I want to leave this better than when I started. So that would be the legacy I would want with the Vegas Chamber. Hopefully that I have a positive impact, and that maybe I've improved a few things and made it a better place when I leave and turn it over to the next person, that they're in a great situation.
Well, Tyler Corder, thank you again for your great leadership. Thank you for agreeing to be our fearless leader for 2026 at the Vegas Chamber. We really appreciate you.
Thanks, Mary Beth. Appreciate it.
Cox has been a valuable supporter of this community for more than 25 years. We're here for you, your home, your business, your life. With Cox, you can do more of what you love every day. From Allegiant Stadium to your home, when the game is on the line, Cox Fiber helps everyone enjoy a winning experience. Extraordinary speed, exceptional reliability. You can count on Cox to keep you connected. And now with Cox Mobile, you can take that excellence on the go. We're here for your business too. With the technology you need to take on whatever's next, our reliable network has been critical to the growth plan of businesses from coast to coast. At Cox Business, helping you succeed is what drives us. We're proud to help businesses everywhere reach their customers and their goals. Our Cox Media team strives to be the full-service advertising partner you've always wanted. With over 30 years of media and advertising expertise, Cox Media can be the team behind your marketing success, so you can get back to doing more of what you love every day, bringing the world to your door, or your door to the world, and all at the speed of light.
Twenty 2025 is bringing big changes for Nevada businesses.
If you have more than 5 employees and have been operating for 3 years or more, you must now comply with new state retirement plan mandates.
The Vegas Chamber 401k plan makes it easy, offering a proven, customizable, and cost-effective plan for employers and employees to save with tax advantages. Visit vegaschamber.com to explore options and see how the Vegas Chamber can help you start saving for your future. Welcome to Preview Las Vegas 2026. On behalf of us at the Vegas Chamber, we are so honored to have you all with us. Preview Las Vegas has always been a place where our businesses come together. We come together to mix and mingle, but more importantly, we come to hear from thought leaders and experts about the future, the progress we've made, the opportunities that we can capitalize on, and also the challenges that we truly do need to prepare for, and we do have some challenges. It really is where our region's business leaders come together to share ideas and build connections and to focus on what's next. This event is one of the places where the Vegas Chamber has issued clear calls to action to build the assets that we need to diversify our economy and to really fuel long-term growth. Las Vegas has firmly established itself as a championship professional sports city, and we could not be more proud. Let's channel that energy and excitement as we dive into the opportunities that are shaping Las Vegas, shaping the future of Las Vegas. After all, when Vegas comes together, Vegas gets it done. But the Vegas Chamber is building even more programs that are designed to support businesses of every size at every single stage. And if you are not already a member of the Vegas Chamber, you are missing out. I promise you that. So get in the game. You know, today is the place to be. Get involved. Join us in being part of the future and shaping what's next for Nevada. Sandra, let's start with you right now. The Las Vegas Raiders, the organization is, approaching, another season. You've got some big decisions ahead of you. How would you say that you approach the synergy between coaching and what you do in the community?
But what we do off the field, for me is just as equally important as we need to continue to grow this fan base here in Las Vegas, locally and obviously all over the world as well. But, my heart is here in Las Vegas and always will be. So that's where we want to start first. And it's really about, making sure that we show up in places, whether it be growing football camps. The game of flag football is growing incredibly, being in LA 28. The Nevada State University is the first college in the state of Nevada to have a girls flag football team that the Raiders are very proud of supporting. The UNLV Brush program, having partners like UNLV to really show that when girls stop playing sports, it's usually around middle school, and showing how that helps their confidence and discipline and teamwork and leadership. So having partners like UNLV, Allegiant Airlines is a big one, Intermountain Health, that really focus on mental health, discipline, and leadership is so incredibly important. And we know that our players care about that as well. So being able to have topics like this and issues like this that our players lean into that we can support is incredible. Our impact report just launched, and it really has kind of a full array of what we've been able to do here. So it's a great time for Las Vegas. It's a great time for the Raiders, a great time for Allegiant Stadium. And with the support of people like you in the chamber, we just really know the best is yet to come. And having that '1 pick helps, right?
Yes. And Nikki, oh my goodness, let's go to you. Coming off an extraordinary season. 3rd WNBA championship in 4 seasons. My word. It truly does set the stage for the 2026 season opener, T-Mobile with the Phoenix Mercury. And you have amassed, we've established this, I think you have amassed just incredible talent. So how are you and your leadership team really balancing the pressure to sustain? How do you keep that going?
What we've been able to do in a short period of time, the reason why we're able to do so is because of the people. First and foremost, you win with people. And when you're able to get the #1 overall draft pick, Asia Wilson in 2018, Jackie Young following her, it allows us to set a foundation that creates a culture. So when you walk into our headquarters, we have really 3 simple rules. And I stole these rules, they're not mine, from Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll, I know him way before he came to the Raiders, but he had really 3 simple rules. And the first one was protect the brand. And that's protecting the family, that's protecting our identity, that's protecting the team, that's protecting our community, which is all of you as well. So we know our why. The second thing that allows us to, I love this one, that allows us to sustain this level of championship mindset is no whining, no complaining, and no excuses. No whining, no complaining, and no excuses. We're here to win. We're here to win championships, and that's the standard. And thirdly, just being prepared. To me, preparation will cancel out any of the anxiety you might feel. It will cancel out any of the pressure you may feel. And so we're always looking at how can we be ahead? How can we be innovative? How can we be creative? What else can we do that no one else is doing? What's cutting edge? What is the technology is leading us? What direction do we need to go there? So those 3 simple rules, we implement them throughout not only the basketball culture, but also our business culture. I think the other thing that we do a great job of is acknowledging that we're human, that mistakes are going to be made, turnovers are going to be had. It's how you bounce back from them. It's how you react to them. It's how you process them, and how do you become better because of them. And we do a really good job of that. I also tell our staff, we check our egos at the door. And that's been something that has allowed us to create, I'm just going to call it, you didn't say it, I was waiting for you to call us a dynasty, but I'm going to say it.
I think so.
I'm just going to put it out there.
I like that word.
But I think that's where, again, we find the joy in coming in every day, because your title only tells me where your office is located. And we come in there with an even playing field for everybody, because we want to have a very inclusive environment. And every voice is heard, every idea is taken seriously. You could be in a marketing meeting, and you might be in ticketing sales, and you might have a great idea of how we can sell out our arena. Oh, by the way, we're sold out again. So 3rd consecutive year of selling out our season ticket member base, and can't say enough about the community and how you guys have really just wrapped your arms around these women, because they are fabulous and they are the best in the world.
What would be some advice that you would give to some of our local business leaders about the things that you've been able to accomplish on the court, but off the court too?
I always say this, I have a basketball coaching background, and no one person is bigger than the brand, myself included. We lead from a place of service. We want to make sure that there's opportunities for our staff, our team, to feel as though they're valued. Because in the world of women's basketball, we've been undervalued, but not anymore. But I do think it's important for us to identify where we come from and where we're going. And so even talking about the history of your company, who started the company, we want to share those stories with our current players. So we created the alumni initiative that the Raiders adopted, which Mark Davis, unbelievable concept to say, I want to give back to those who was on the field, all the hitting and pounding and all that thing, giving up their bodies, giving up their minds, giving up their time, giving up their families, and then the career ends, and then what's after that? You still need to bring that history back so that the current players, your current staff, your current employees can understand where we were, where we are now, and where we need to go.
From your perspective, though, what does excellence look like beyond the wins and losses, and how does that translate and help you to build that standard throughout your entire organization?
So for me, when I look at what does excellence look like, I want to make sure that people are able to come to work with their cups full. We focus on being a champion. And being a champion means doing the best at every single thing you do. And to her point, it doesn't matter if you're in marketing or ticketing or finance or HR or stadium operations, you're going to show up and do what's best for yourself and for your team and for your organization and your team as well. A culture. Culture is so incredibly important. And yes, we know everyone doesn't have a great day all the time, but if you have that brand and the organization at the front of your mind and making sure that every single thing that you do and you think about, that you type, that you speak, that you think and say, is tied to what is best for the Raiders, that helps build a good, sustainable culture. And some of you may have saw in the video as well, we really focus on employee resource groups, and any and everyone is invited to attend those. But it allows people to connect on different levels. Maybe it's cultural, maybe it's based on different positions that they've had in the past, but it gives people kind of a safe place to be able to talk. And ultimately, being part of the community is really important. So for us, when we think about excellence, it's making sure, yes, that we're going to be the top domestic grossing stadium. We have been twice in the last 4 years in Legion Stadium. Second internationally. I think that's excellent.
Yeah, wow.
It's not a dynasty, but it's excellent. No, I'm kidding. But it's excellent. And also being able to continue to show that we have a good, consistent place to work and that we're having and instilling values in the organization that everyone can feel a part of. I think that's really important as well. Being LEED certified, not just for construction, but for operational is really important when we're hosting not only concerts, but, rugby matches and soccer matches and the Super Bowl and the CFP championship next year. It shows that we have kind of a wide array of different events that we're bringing to Las Vegas. That actually helps our brand show, not only here in Las Vegas, but internationally, 24/7, right? All 12 months out of the year. So that is what I continue to encourage our team to focus on as we're still developing kind of our on-field success, because we're really doing incredibly well off the field, and that's really a testament to all of you as well and all the fans that show up for us.
And that's where it starts, too.